Hello and welcome, folks. Another league with Money Tribal. If you missed the first video, make sure you check it out. But we're gonna be running it back now with the same list. No changes whatsoever because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm assuming that this list that was built by somebody that's a lot better at this deck than I am. If it made sense for them. Why is this deck playing explosives? I have no idea. I imagine it's to deal with Death Shadow. I don't know why we're playing one of explosives instead of playing one of Supreme Verdict, because like Verdict pitches to force and stuff. So, but I haven't talked to Macwitsos whatsoever, so I have no idea what their choices are about. Actual no idea at all. But this deck, honestly, like the deck has been fun. Like I have enjoyed the first league that we just played, and somehow we finished the league in an hour and a half. I was expecting this would be like a 2.5 hour league kind of deck, but somehow it hasn't. Is this a keep on the draw? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep. The deck has fast win cons, out of these two out of concede. Yeah, that's fair. That's probably bad news. This is a sequence that just happened in the modern format. Should I be scared? Impressed? Should I laugh? I am low-key rooting for my opponent from now on. Carlos Vias, thank you for the follow. No Ren. Can you imagine if I had drawn Ren there? Whenever this is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to players or planeswalkers. What is even going on anymore? What is going on, chat? This is looking like a cryptic lock game. I kind of have no idea how my opponent is supposed to be the cryptic lock here. So we have to save this Misty for fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. My opponent's mono basic mana base is working out wonders right now. So we tap and draw. We tap and draw. We can also bolt the gem height sliver. If we bolt here, we're at 18. We would go down to 16. We kill that. We get dealt 3. We go down to 13. Then we would be taking lethal. So that doesn't. We would be tapping and drawing just the same. The problem is that if I don't bolt here, after my opponent plays this, I just don't have any more instances where I can do that. But I think I need to draw into this. What if we tap and draw, play the Steam Vents, we tap and draw, next turn we would need to draw land though. I just don't have a good time to resolve any of my walkers. So it's going to be 5 mana up to 1. No, we still need 1 draw. Yeah, we don't have Ura Fodder. So we can, like, we just need to draw fetch lands basically. Remember to tap and draw during upkeep. Why? So they can't cast this? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I care about the attack. In fact, I want to for them to deploy all of their slivers in case they have a haste sliver. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bolt this now. We're gonna take some damage. But now I can tap and draw, and if my opponent can't cast the Sliver Legion, like they need exactly a black source off the top. That's a black source. That's a black source off the top. Sweet. Oh. So they show me the entire deck. Man, all the Modern Horizon slivers here. Vanquisher's Banner. Wow. Alright, we kind of need to draw into the Path to Exile. That's a field. We need an untapped land. Untapped land? That's an Omnath. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We Omnath. We play this land. We fetch. We put Cryptic on top. We have exactly enough, right? So, because we can Teferi. Blue. So Omnath. No, we're 1 mana short. Ah, shit. We're 1 mana short. Damn it, 1 mana short. What if I Udo into this? No, if we had a fetch line, we would be able to do it actually. Which honestly is wild. It's pretty ridiculous that we actually have a shot this game. I think that we're dead now, but 1, 2, 3. We Udo 1. 2. What if we play this? We sack, we gain life, we chomp. No, that's just too much damage. Can minus on this thing though. We Udo into minus on this guy. No, but they just recast it. Yeah, I think that we have no outs. I guess that we can draw into multiple paths here. That's the line. And we path this, and we path this. So then I shouldn't have put the thing on top. Alright, so now we're dead. We like a fetchland would have been enough to win there. But now it's just too much. Okay. Rough. Alright, Verdict, Fire Spout, Gust, Purge, Timely, Condemn. Even Dispute seems reasonable against them. We want those. Force of Negation seems terrible. I guess maybe Dispute is like a little bit of wishful thinking there. Field seems pretty bad. Although they might have Cavern, we didn't see it. Why is our opponent so much cooler than us? That's a real question. Teferi is kind of weird. I think I like the rest. How many lands would you play an 80 card Yorion deck to be comfortable with Riot of the Elysian Grove? I mean, how many lands do you need to play? I would definitely play like 30-ish. By Grid 11, think of the follow. I think we could have lost anyways to Necromantic Sliver. He could have had broken the Cryptic Lock with that. Yes, they could have broken it with that. Yeah. Was there a cavern? I honestly didn't see. Like I don't remember. I should have looked. I think that there wasn't, but maybe I'm wrong. I probably still don't want that many mana leaks. I'd rather have answers on the board than answers on the stack anyway. Hell yeah. This is a hand now. -1 spiral. No, I feel like I want to get a hit on mana off them. Looks like a green-white Titan hand. Yeah, I know. Removal. Mana Engine. Primeval Titan. Wannabe. Everything that we want is here. Is it for Omnath too much? For this deck, probably yes. Like, you're still kind of a control deck. My opponent says, well, lucky for you, I was mana screwed this round. Wow. Lucky for me, Chad. Lucky for me. I don't know what I would do if my opponent weren't mana screwed. Lucky for me. Opponent's a good guy, face it. Yeah, opponent is the real hero here. I don't think anybody is denying that. Opponent is a real hero here. Lucky for me. What you got, opponent? You want to play a 1/1 in the face of my Ren? Oh, looks like you do. Sweet. Beep. Field of the Dead, and should we just get double Field of the Dead here? I think so, right? We don't get any triggers this turn, but we just double the zombie production starting next turn. Seems better. The only problem with this line that I'm taking here is we're never gonna get back Uro. Never ever getting back Uro, unfortunately. Okay, so there is Cavern. Sweet. Good thing that I cut my mana leaks. Also, good thing that my opponent gave me a target for this Field of Ruin. Awesome. Disgust that guy. How does it feel to cast Aether Gust? Filthy. Feels filthy. Opponent? Alright. Alright. Gale Dweller Sliver. There you go. That's good. That's a cool one. That's a pretty cool one. That's a pretty cool one. Predatory Sliver. It's counter and draw. My opponent seems to be one of those never scoop in a million years kind of folk. Which I respect. Which I respect. You can do with your time whatever you want. One can do with their time whatever the hell they want. Just win, yeah, that's the, oh, they block, sweet. Good blocks from opponent there. Good blocks from opponent there. All right, so we did see Cavern, so maybe we want more field. I still kind of don't want field. But I also kind of don't want mana leak. Yeah, I guess on the draw mana leak's pretty bad, so. No, there's no vials. And Containment Priest doesn't do anything against Cascade, even, so. Not a keepable hand, I don't think. This one might be, though. Keep this, bottom this. Actually, do we bottom that? Yeah, let's bottom that. Bottom island? Nah, I don't think so. I still think field is pretty bad. Never mind, punished. Another cryptic. Okay. Drawing something would be great. That can't be countered. That one can. Forest? Yeah, Forest helps me cast Udo. Udo off the top would actually be pretty... Honestly, if we draw Udo off the top, I think that we might be okay. Not that. So we have to play the fetch because of I want a cryptic next turn. So we're probably gonna fetch for a Triumph here. It's not exciting, but sure. So now they can ramage. Yep. It's definitely an interesting way of building a mana base, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so we're gonna go for the white Triumph, the Jeskai Triumph, so raw green Triumph. That's the one. Celestial Purge is interesting. We're probably gonna hold up a cryptic here. Man, I wish we could kill that one. Should have gotten Breeding Pool in case we hit Ren. We still are fine, right? We still have Stomping Ground. Right, what is this? So we just counter bounce. Counter target spell, return target permanent. I'm basically taking the counter whenever I can. And just bouncing the spell is basically time walk, so that seems exciting to me. Like, I know that we can purge it, but Udo is great here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I guess we're just gonna Udo. See what's up. Field. Can we put Cryptic on top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like shuffle with the trigger in the stack. We would die to any haste sliver though. So I think we're just gonna Stomping Ground and pass. And we maybe purge the Spiteful Sliver. I guess it depends what they do. Just the best EDH I think it is in a hot minute. It's pretty sweet. I know I can purge the Lord, but I think I'm going to be drawing the Purge of the Aurora, right? So I want to get rid of this guy. So unless their last card in hand is something that exiles my graveyard or whatever. Actually now, I think we purge there. Yeah, because of exactly that. So blue, blue, green, blue. So now we Udo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can exile this cryptic because we have another one already. So we play Euro. But because of the Spiteful Sliver, we can't block just yet. Because we would take 6 and die. So maybe I should put the Purge on top. Well, that can't be countered, so... Sorry, opponent. Sorry, opponent. Not the way that I wanted this to go. Yeah. Not the way that I wanted this to go. But it is what it is, you know? Moto doesn't allow for take backsies. So we just completely destroy my opponent now. So we attack, put before blocks. We purge there. We bolt there. Now we have cryptic. They can't ever win in a bazillion years now. How many cards did I have to buy to play the enemy? None. Why, you would ask? Well, because I have access to mana traders. And if you would like to have access to mana traders, you can get access to it by using the link that I post right here. You can support the stream for free while you do it. Some extra value even. And not only that, but you can get 15% off of your first 3 months if you use the coupon code FPublish. Was that a good sell? Did I sell it? I hope I sold it. Rest in peace, 20%. Yeah, I know. Rip 20%. Opponent is fighting the fight over there. Opponent is fighting the fight over there. And if you're interested in paper cards, where can we go? Oh, wow, that's such an incredible question. I'm so happy you asked. If you are interested in making any purchase of paper cards, well, you can go ahead. Permanent and tap creatures. You can go ahead and you can use my TCG Play affiliate link. And while you're buying your cards, you can even support the stream for free at no extra cost to you whatsoever. Isn't that amazing? Opponents complain there's a request of play 20 turns. You're 11 turns short. Feels bad, man. Now, honestly, it felt bad that my opponent just like destroyed their own thing. Like, that's... It was cool. I had never seen anybody build slivers like that. It was interesting. What if I want you to play a deck, a league with a deck of my choosing? Wow. We have such great questions today in chat. I love these questions. If you're interested in seeing me play any list of your choosing right here on stream, all you need to do is you need to go on that link over there and you can make a donation. Of course, any donations of ever any amount are very, very appreciated. But with any donation of $15 or more, I will be playing any list of your choosing on stream. And if you want to me to play some meme decks, the donation is gonna be the threshold is gonna be a little bit higher. And if you want me to play Neoform, it's gonna be even higher because, well, you know, fuck Neoform. Man, is this the perfect mana base or what? I feel like I'm keeping this hand regardless. Oh no, Weird Toxin, you missed an insane opportunity to get free value. Feels bad. So I guess we cannot play Field because I'm interested in playing Omnath. So Temple Garden on 1? It could be literally any deck. It could even be a control deck. Okay, that's a card that you can play in your deck. I think I'm gonna go with this stab. This locks me out of Cryptic on the next turn, but I think that I might be interested in a Scalding Tarn after my Omnath turn. So if I draw any other land that allows me to Omnath, I'm gonna be playing that next turn. Yeah, I think this is Heliod Scales. Yeah, that's a Heliod. No, that's a Ranger Captain of Eos. Which I think I'm gonna be bolting right now. I think I'm gonna be bolting this right now because this eventually is going to like prevent me from interacting with their combo. It's gonna clock me. Okay, so probably get an island here. So blue, white, green, red. Yeah. Blue, white, green, red. Play the broken guy. Still can't cast Cryptic. You match against Saffron, got uploaded. Nice. Well, I guess we just field, right? We die to combo, but we can't beat the combo. So Field of the Dead and Flooded Strand. Can't even use all of this mana unless we cast the second Omnath, which I probably don't want to do. What a waste. Oh, that's right, they have protection. Whatever. Hey Fran, I had a thought. This Scattered Grove in Green-White Reclaimer has always kind of irked me. I get that it's late game percentage points. However, the feels bad of having it wakes come and tapped is... Okay, so they just make infinite life. I started to think and thought maybe a Turn Timber could be going to displace. Not sure if we had enough green sources to support it, and not getting off one of your lands. Storage seems meh, but it's an untap source and one. Well, the only problem is that it's not really about that, right? It's about you need planes. Like the main reason for it to be there is for that to be a plane. That's game? No, it's not yet. If I find an answer to this ballista, we're still in it. We can deck them. They don't get to put counters on ballista, right? Or do they? Oh, that's right, because of the Conclave Mentor. Okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. I wasn't seeing that earlier. Okay, so we want this, we want that one. Stony Silence, Containment Priest. Those are the ones that I want. Cryptium seems a little bit clunky. Explosives is kind of clunky as well. Field of Ruin seems very bad. Ren is okay. Fairy is kind of weird. It sucks how we lost that game because of... Well, first of all, their company was the nuts, right? Like their company was exactly what they needed to win. And second of all, we just didn't have the blue mana for Cryptic. So we just kind of lost to the mana base, which is rough. I have 5 planes without it. Maybe that's not enough. Just as thought. No, you have 4. You have 5 planes with that. So yeah, I agree that it's bad, but... Oh, I guess that you have the one of Sacred Foundry, so maybe you do have 5. 5 is definitely on the low side of things, right? Because you do end up fetching for Temple Garden and on 0 amount of the time on turn 1. I feel like Stony Silence makes sense in this matchup, right? Am I crazy? Because like if they can't kill me with Ballista, we're fine. We're splashing ready instead of just playing Bent. You mean in this list? Like there's a lot of white cards here. I think that the white cards are better than the red ones. I don't know what your question is about, Annihilator. You replace Stony and draw EE next turn. Yeah, I know that's gonna happen, but like what am I still think both cards are good individually, so like the little bit of the synergy is probably worth it. The 2 growth spirals seem kind of random to me. Like all of this time, the 2 growth spirals have seemed super random. I have kind of wanted to like side him out a couple of times already. So this is just like last time, but a little bit better. So I guess we keep. Like, is it worth it to play Omnath? Yes. No, I mean, it's definitely... It's a pretty messed up card. Let's just say that it's a pretty messed up card. Yeah, I'm not pathing an Arbor Elf. We could... I feel like I want to use my mana here. I think I'm just gonna cycle Lonely Sandbar. The only problem with this is that I can't cast Rain on 2. Still seems fine. I mean, how to sequence your lands is kind of a nightmare with this deck. Heliod. Yep. So that means I can't tap out here. So we're just gonna pass the turn. Because there are combinations of cards that we actually just straight up lose to. Okay, they're missing land drops. That's good for us. They probably have Veil too. Let's Udo here. Looking for a land. Easy. Now next turn we can Jace. Yeah, but they could have gone like Utopia Sprawl into Hardened Scales into stuff like that, right? So that's what I'm getting dunked on by. So it seems like they have company. What's up, Safer? We're chilling. Having a good time playing this deck, which has been a lot of fun for now. I've enjoyed it a lot. So we're gonna get Cocoed here, which honestly, it's probably a good thing. That is something that I was already interested in doing because I want to play Jace on an empty board. Okay, second field. We could play Udo. We can Udo here. Or we can Jace and draw into... Which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm going to Jace. And I'm going to draw into this Path to Exile. They have another company. Oh, come on, opponent. You can't just have it all the time. You have to not have it sometimes. Got him. Got him. We probably have to path the use, don't we? Yeah, we definitely have to path the use. So we're gonna put this on top and these on top. This allows me to get some sumbos. I wish to not fetch, but I think we have to put this into place so we can protect the Jace. So we path right now so our Ur doesn't get got. My opponent would need to have even more collected companies here. How I feel about the deck ad nauseam? I think it's just okay. It's just a combo deck. Like if that's the kind of stuff that the kind of magic that you are excited about, like sweet, by all means, go nuts. But it's not my style of deck. Know thy enemy makes me anxious. Okay, so in response to this, we path the ballista. They can kill the Jace in response. No play enough, I'm just never seen you play anything similar, and you also hit different, so yeah, exactly. It's just not my style of Magic, so. Can I do something silly this turn? We're drawing a force. We're drawing a force and there's a field under it. Are these cards that I'm interested in seeing? I feel like I'd rather just have access to removal, so I think I'm gonna shuffle. Blue, green, blue, green. Sorry, so green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Udo seems more important than the Omnath here. Alright, we got nothing. If my opponent has the combo again, we just lose. Playing Poop. This is not Poop. Is it Poop like other color combination? Guy's fine. Interesting. Interesting. What does Ren do here? So we attack with Uro first, I think. So it gives us more info. That's funny. So they're gonna block with Heliod. It's fine. They take it? Okay. So now we play Omnath. Blue. White. No, we can't do both. We have to Ren first for a land. One, two, three, four, five, six, but they gain a life, so they can kill me with a ballista for 1 because of Ariok Champion. So we still need to find removal here. But if I find the land, right? No. No, I don't. Because they gain life from the Ariok Champion again. Same reason. It's annoying. One, two, three. So I guess that I'd rather play Uro then. Instead of Omnath, because it allows me to hold up both Bolt or Path to Exile. Keep that one. So we win next turn. We still gotta get there. We could draw one more land if we fetch, and we can draw. We can get slowly Sandbar back with the second rain and draw exactly Path to Exile. I think that we're maybe that was worth it. Manu that to thank you for the follow. So they're gonna kill the Ren, which makes sense. Why would they tap like that? Very weird. So we get one more zombie. Opponent blocks Uro on Heliod, zombie on Apparition, zombie on the other Arbor Elf. This is rough. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Removal? Green, red. Just the one Mystic Sanctuary, so we don't have any more. Otherwise, this game would have been a lot easier with a second Mystic Sanctuary, right? We just path the Heliod, be done with it. We can start with Gust. Start with Gust. The problem here is that we can't really... Like, they're just gonna get their infinite life going on. Okay, so we're just gonna move to combat, so I'm just gonna F6. We can't really say that they're at infinite life, because I am gonna be attacking them every turn with this Uro. So they actually have to win. The thing is that we can very easily beat infinite life. That is the main issue from this. Is that infinite life is very beatable for us. Otherwise, it would be a lot easier, right? Just say, you know, you're okay. You're at a bazillion lives, so I'm not going to like go for that. But the thing is that we actually can beat infinite life by decking them. But I'm gonna be drawing cards with Uro, right? When I first acquired Amulet Bloom back in the day, I tilted off because all I could do was keep an opener with Spell Snare on the draw or just lose. Oh yeah, it was great. Good old Bloom days. Now this deck built Infinite Life. Well, Jace, the Mind Sculptor, the Fairy. Also, this is so even if we were playing against, even if we were playing in paper, like we would still be able to beat Infinite Life. The fact that this is Magic Online makes things even easier because it's a lot easier to beat Infinite Life in MTGO. Okay. Growth Spiral. So we're gonna gain 4. I just want the mana here, which allows me to Ren. Plus on Sandbar. I guess we cycle Sandbar right now. Pass to Exile. Man, this is so bad if they find if they have another Heliod in hand. But I have to do that regardless. Yeah, they did have a Heliod in hand, so okay, so that's a big area champion. Growth Spiral. Okay, Mana Leak not great. That's okay. The chess clock is one of the best part of MTGO. I do like the chess clock a lot myself, yeah. So opponent's probably gonna kill the Ren. They're gonna gain even more life, get one more counter. Can't block it, so that's fine. Udo actually can block the champion though, so that's interesting to note. Blue, green, blue, blue. 2, 3, 4, 5. That sucks. I kind of want to hold this so I can trigger to make mana down the line. Like here we just hold up double Mana Leak. bounce. An okay attack. They should put the 1 counter on the Heliod now. Yep. God damn it. Okay, so Sleet on Udo first. Keep this one. Just to draw a card. Again, if we find the Jace, we can bounce this. If we find Path to Exile, we can also bounce this. Not quite. Not quite. Imagine having less than 100 life in 2020. I know. What kind of noob would I be if I had less than 100 life? It's just getting annoying. Now we have a very, very real shot at winning still. But we just need to find one of our... Just continue finding lands. Darcy Giotto, thank you for the follow. Well, there goes this. Jace. Okay. So they gain life. If they target the Arbor Elf, I think I just bolt it. Game 4. This is fine. Sure. Green, blue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still waiting for my things that went here. Still. I'm a patient man. I'm a patient man, god damn it. Another Mad League. Shit. Path there. Man, this game has been long. Where are my things that win? I want to find my things that win. Chat. Where are my things that win? This is amazing for me. The fact that they just run into a Mana Leak on turn 12. This is just so good for me. Getting value from these Mana Leaks on turn 12 is the dream. Come on. Ugh. Yeah, we're just gonna lose. I think this doesn't. Oh, it does have. Sweet. Udo. Manleak, land. Udo. Holy Sandbar. Path to exile. Shit. Alright. We keep on playing. Down to 104. Yeah, I know. We got him, Chad. We're getting there. Getting there pretty quickly. Path for my Udo? Yeah, that sucks. Wow. Look at so many cards that win the game, right? Imagine having all of those cards that would win the game. Actually, I'm gonna be playing another Omnath, so this is a free attack. White, bomb, red, Omnath. Company, no. Play a company so I can get ya. This is never ending. This is never gonna end, chat. This is never gonna end. Never gonna happen. Now this is an EDH game. Down to 66. Getting there, getting there. Okay. I guess I'm gonna play a Misty here. Just to gain life. Path my Omnath? Sure. So if I tap and draw, it's not even remotely close to lethal, huh? So I'd rather hold on to the Cryptic until... Okay. Rather hold on to the Cryptic till I draw one of my game-winning cards. AKA Teferi or Jace. Another Oriok Champion. I just counter and bounce. just because we can, more than anything else. And now we can counter and draw. They're out of cards. Blue, 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 1. Of course, we draw a fetch land. Oh, we have Cryptic Command. We have, what's his name? Oh, we don't have a way to draw. Whoops. So now we have to... I guess it's not a win. They just gain infinite life. So we just continue this staring contest. Oh, tiny. Yeah, and now I have 40 damage on board. But they have Spike Feeder too. There we go. All of this time looking for this stupid card. So this should look it up. This should look it up. All right. Stony Silence for good measure. Apparition. Yeah, that's fine. Counter draw. Nope. Yeah, I'm just telling my opponent that, sorry, but if I went for the Jace Fairy kill, now the clock matters too much. So I would not have time for game 3. Yeah, like it's in a weird, it's a super weird spot, right? Because like I know that my opponent was at infinite life in game 1. Like we have all the time in the world, it's fine. But like now, if I want to go for that kill, it would take way too much of the clock. So at that point, my opponent is the one that's farming me, right? Because they're farming my clock and they're going to be going for a time kill. So we're in the same spot. It's just super awkward, right? Because like that's not the way that I want to win, but I just don't have any other option because this is the only way that I can do this on time, on the allotted time. So it's like it's a super weird spot. It's a super weird spot because like I'm the one that cannot F6. My opponent is the one that can F6. So it puts me in a super awkward spot. Like I wish I could do it, but I just cannot. It's just not really an option. So it's very annoying that like I legit don't think like I wish I didn't have to do this basically. I guess with all the veils that they have, maybe I just want another force. But yeah, it is that's the problem. Like I wish that we could, if we had infinite time, I would keep my you're at infinite life thing, but it just doesn't work like that anymore because we are in a situation where the clock is a win condition, right? Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna crack to just straight 1-for-1 with this Arbor Elf. Well, I guess I can't, but I guess I have to. So, breeding pool, yes, crack. So, Gavony Township, it's pretty sexy. Very down. Play this. I guess we have to auto here. I guess I can Sandbar plus play Containment Priest. Gavony's Gas with the counters theme. Yep, don't disagree with that. Cycle. Shit, we missed the line drop. And Champ. Collected company resolves. Well, we get to block. Which exactly wasn't Goldfish, so you can see how much it actually cost. You can see it in Stream Decker. Yeah, so they can make an infinitely large pair of dudes here. But I just have the zombie apocalypse coming. We just have to block. Yeah, they're going face. So since they have no evasion threat, fine here. Let's get Triumph. Let's, I guess, play a fetch. We hour for double field. And what a little bit of a nail biter here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to play the Stony Silence. Like I would have loved to play Stony there, because it means that a top deck Ballista doesn't kill me. Can't do that, unfortunately. Well, I didn't fetch first. Oh, they just have the Ballista. Okay, now this is actual lethal on board, so I'm just gonna concede to this. Yeah, we just needed one more turn, but unfortunately, like, both of these threats were lethal. We just needed to dodge that turn. If we dodged, yeah, my opponent just ripped it off the top, otherwise they would have gone for it last turn, obviously, when I was tapped out. Yeah, so they needed to rip exactly this turn, because I was going to block, and then we untap, and we're hopefully, you know, just play Stony Silence, and we can't get killed by Ballista, and we're gonna be making way more than 3 zombies to chomp a turn. So I think that we were, if my opponent didn't rip exactly on that turn, I think that we were going to win that game. That was a long one, though. That was a long one. Also, I just realized that I don't have my water bottle. This deck does flood. I'm keeping this probably bottoming in our promise. Yeah, we have Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and we have Jace the Maya Sculptor, so we just mill them out. Once we lock them out, we just mill them. Battlefield Forge. Oh man. Mana Tithe, chat. I think we have to yield. Oh, I'm stupid. I don't have red mana now. Whoops. Punt. Green mana, sorry. I was thinking about... The pick there was Temple Garden. Man, it really sucks to have to force this, but we just have to. We don't have an option. This Ghost Quarter is owning us so hard. What was the punt? Oh, then yeah, getting the wrong back. Yeah, that was bad. Why scoop? Now my opponent takes the land, we just draw land into land, we win. Or now if we find a green source, we are actually in fine shape. No such luck though. My opponent's out of gas. It is the problem when you have decks, like mid-range decks with Simian Spirit Guide have this problem. They just ran out of gas. Yeah, at this point the challenge just doesn't matter anymore. Let's draw step this. Just so that they don't have a color source. Because they do have a colorless source. Oh, hello. So I guess they have Stoneforge and they have Learning Arbiter, classic. Yeah, I just couldn't find lands in time. I think that if we find lands in time, we win that game easily thanks to like these dudes. Super easy to stabilize with a card like Omnath. So Timely, Wrath, probably not Fire Spout. Just gotta draw better instead of drawing like an idiot. They probably have too many 2-drops themselves. Yeah, I think that Charleston 2 there helps lock it up though, so it seems definitely worth it to me. I like this hand. Probably gonna Sanctuary on one. Of course, my opponent's playing Gemstone Caverns. Why would my opponent not be playing Gemstone Caverns is the more important question. I don't think Fire Sport is that good. They have too many 4 toughness plus dudes. Oh, Cat Jesus. I hate you so much, Cat Jesus. So when I'm playing Stompy, yeah, they're playing Thalia Stompy. Cleansing Wildfire. Just testing the waters to see if I'm gonna pay the Arbiter tax. That's disrespectful, opponent. Do you not have faith that I'm gonna pay the Arbiter tax? To cantrip, most likely. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be good now, obviously. Sure. least it fits Uro. And my opponent has a 2/2 on board, so like I'm not under too much pressure. Rest in Peace would be pretty brutal, however. Just don't have another one. Come on, really? All three? Jeez. Chalice doesn't do anything. Okay, so pay for this. Fetch. For Hallowed Fountain, yes. Play Tef minus. Okay. Sword of Fire and Ice. Sword of Fire and Ice. We can just get zombies here. The only problem with that is that we're not gonna have double white. We don't have another untap white source. We don't have... The Temple Garden is gone. So the only white source that's left is the ETB tapped one. No, we cannot cast Verdict. It's the Triumph is the last white source. We don't have that many white sources, right? We have this, we have the basic. And the Hallowed Fountain. That's it. These are all the white sources that we have, and 2 of them are gone. I mean, 1 of them is gone, but this doesn't fetch for the basic one. Yeah, so I think that we just play Amulet on the land we don't tap. That seems like the best line. Yeah, I think we just have to Udo. Which would give me a zombie. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get the second Udo. So now we are lacking even more white sources, but now we're fine. Because unless my opponent destroys this white source here, we're gonna get to Tef. Everything's gonna be fine. Tef's got us. No, the fact that we just naturally randomly drew the field is a big deal as well, because like we were able, now we have a blocker if my opponent puts a sword on the Arbiter. So this is just fine. Yeah, that's okay. It's, honestly, that's kind of whatever. Honestly, I was more concerned if my opponent would have put the... I guess they are 1 minute short from doing that. So they actually cannot do that. Just kill the zombie and equip sword and everything. So makes sense. Hardcast Monkey, let's go. Mind Sensor. Finding lands feels bad, man. Stoneforge OP used to be banned in Modern, that's true. Those are facts. We can't path here, unfortunately. Yeah, but I couldn't do that turn, right? We can do that this turn. So now we're gonna be cool. Double creatures, draw a card. I couldn't do it last turn. I didn't have that green for Uro. Just remember that the mana is a lot worse than you folks think. Just remember that the mana is a lot worse than you think. So now we're gonna be fine. Now we're just gonna Wrath. It's gonna be great. So 1, 2, tap, tap, white, and colorless. Boom. Okay. Triple Wildfire, and somehow 2 of those were without me being able to pay, and we still managed to get there. Does that make Force of Negation more exciting? Probably better than Mana Leak, actually. And I guess I do like Fire Spout. Remember Ashley. Yeah. Remember that card? Keep and Pray is exactly the strategy that I'm going for here. That's fine. So I think I'm getting the white Triumph. Because we have more green sources than white sources. Easy. Easy. That costs more than your MTGO account. Yeah, most hands are going to cost more than your MTGO account. I can almost guarantee that. So they should probably be, if not game, very close to it. I was only concerned about Spirit Guide into Mind Sensor. That was probably the only thing that would have mattered there. If they go for the Sophie equip, we probably just win on the spot. Yeah, just path this. And now we're just too far ahead. Buy into this deck, who needs Blood Plasma anyways? That's fair. Blood Plasma is overrated. Oh, we just Omnath here. Yay. Lol. Yeah. That was a turn. Sandos, thank you for the follow. Cleansing Wildfire. Oh no. With a Ren and 6 in play. Game 4. I don't even know what I got, but it's fine. Apparition? Yeah, that's fine. Probably gonna exile Ren. Have another one. I don't know. This game looks pretty over to me, folks. The opponent says GG. GG, Elvis. That's so crazy to me. Burn my hate you, game 3, game 4. Yeah. I don't know. You do take a lot of mana from your mana base. Okay, let me fix something first. Okay. I've been getting pretty good at erasing the name out of my opponents whenever I post something on Twitter. So do that, and now this is no, that's not what I want to do. This is a sample hand. This is probably the hand of the day. Sample hand of the day. Did you know you're advertising McDonald's on the stream? Nice. No, I didn't know that. I haven't gone to McDonald's in like 5 years now. Yeah, we're gonna ship this. Easy. Yeah, I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can choose what you play the ads for. Snap Keyboard Riot. I just noticed that maybe I made a mistake. Like my opponent's playing Lurrus deck. Like if they're playing Lurrus, like if they go turn 1 Thoughtseize, we're actually in tough shape. I was too excited about the sample hand and I didn't. Kitria Triumph, and I think I'm gonna get it. Vertipool or Basic Forest? I think I kind of want to get Basic Forest here. So yeah, let's get Basic Forest so next turn we can fetch freely. Like if I need to shock, which I probably will for a Hallowed Fountain, I can just play Tef. Just an empty Geo, when I draw too many fields and blow I control, gotta teach the deck a lesson. Does anyone know if we're a place that pays better for ticket mana traders? 83 cents per ticket seems pretty low right now. Yeah, you can probably just hold on, honestly. Just hold off on it on tickets. Just chill, not sell them. Oh man, so close. We could gain 3 plus ping, but my opponent can ping me in response. We just Tef, right? I think we just Tef minus on this guy. No, actually, I think I'm gonna do this. This gives me... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I actually punted. No, never mind. We can just path this thing. Or not do anything, just take one, you know? Kill 9 is probably not worth it. No, that's... I agree with that as well. So I'd rather just do this and just, like, develop my mana and, like, we can path this Courage if we want to. It's not that big of a deal. Labadart face. Yeah, this is basically one of the non-functional cards for non-functional hands for that deck, which we played last week. And whenever you got one of the non-functional hands, oh wow, that's jeez, wow. Wow. Sometimes this deck is just like, why are we even playing? I could draw a path if I wanted to, but I think we're fine. We have Ball to kill like a Swift Spear or something that might come in hasty. They kill the Fairy, whatever. Shadow. Sure. So we can Explosives the Shadow. We can Explosives the Shadow. Lol. Well, this is just not fair anymore. White, red. Omnath. So with fetch, we get a bunch of mana, but not enough. We get enough to EE for 1. We can also just make the Scourge into a 1/1. We can bold plus ping. Yeah, let's do that. So bold plus ping. And now my opponent can't attack because we just fetch in game 4. We did an Among Us stream. Yeah, I don't know about that game. Like, I don't know, I just don't really get it. Personally, I have heard a lot of good things about it, but yeah, let's just get Brain Pool tapped. But I haven't even bought it. I don't own the game, and yeah, I mean, I guess if people were interested, maybe, but let's confess the deck feels incredibly powerful. Oh yeah, this deck is busted. I never said no to that. In fact, I've been saying that since the beginning of the stream. And I just felt like this deck was kind of busted. So play this. Fetch to get back Path to Exile. Blue, green, Udo. Opponent is off it. No, sure, you drew a swamp. Alright, so this looks good. These look pretty good. Oof, Condemned. We got Condemned, the sideboard chat. Holy crap. We got Condemned. A Mongoose lobby with a bunch of MTG personalities could be cool. Yeah, people were saying about doing it with like a bunch of Amulet players, but it's just like, I don't know. I have very little like free time these days, which I've been streaming full time, so it's really silly. Like, it feels kind of silly to say that I have very little free time, but it really feels like it. So I don't know if I want to like stream on my free time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is wrong with sliding out all the forces, but I think it's correct. It's not silly, it's great. There we go. Thank you, Adam. What about a donation Among Us League? Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. So I would stream Among Us instead of Magic that day, for example. And yep, that could definitely be done for sure. I still teach, yeah, I do. So I still teach. I've been taking I've actually been taking lessons, which has been pretty exciting, honestly. Been taking like harmony lessons with one of my best friends. I'm gonna have 6 here. Not enough value representing 4s. Like, it's not like my opponent's gonna play around it, right? No land, you say, huh? So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna wait to see what my opponent does. Did they just tap out for a threat? Oh yeah, we just win now. Sure, yeah. Nihil spell was good. So now we just Growth Spiral. We get the Triumph on end step. We untap, get a Plains, and alright, so this is like a some top tier Growth Spiral right here. This is some top tier Growth Spiraling right now. No, I almost clicked the wrong one. This is the one that I want. Your go. Suppose the donation Among Us thing would be pretty complicated since you would probably need a lobby and everyone on Discord or something. I literally have no idea how the game works, so I honestly don't know. Let's be in this leak, or we can be in the purge. Let's be in the purge. Because that's my opponent's turn, so this mana leak seems like it's probably going to be pretty solid. If they sack in response, whatever. I don't care. They don't sack in response. But I mean, if somebody explains to me like how to make it happen, we are awesome. Like I'm definitely down to do something like that if people are interested in watching. Yeah, sure. I think I'm far ahead enough that I can just afford to leak this. It's gonna be fine. I guess they could like Thoughtseize. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. Whoo! Hello, baby. I think I'm just gonna plus Thoughtseize on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, just put it on the bottom. They might still draw another Thoughtseize, so I'm just gonna play this, so in case they Thoughtseize me, I can just put the Cryptic back on top. Sure. Six. We're gonna find Udo off of this Jace, so it's all gonna be fine. Udo's got my back. Udo's got my back. Look at this. Shut up, chat. Don't say anything. So there's a path on top. Thing about Among Us that makes it fun to watch the personalities and the ultimate I probably are for their personality for the most part, the gameplay, and yes, I'm basically saying you have a likable personality. Aww. Aww. Thank you. So there's a path on top which I really want to draw. And then there's a bolt on top which I also kind of want to draw. Damn it. So let's do this right now. They could have Mutagenic, but I doubt that they have Mutagenic in this matchup was board. And there's a Mana Leak on top that we can draw if we want to. Or we can probably just shuffle it away. I think I'm gonna draw, like my opponent is continuously missing land drops. There's a land I don't want to see on top though, so... Oh wait, had I already played my land? I might have made a mistake there. Ren. play this, start getting some balls, get this game over with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that we can still cast Cryptics, so this is probably okay. If they have double Bolt or double Lava Dart, that could be a problem. Mutagenic Growth, my dude, resolves. So that has to have been their top deck, because otherwise they would have saved their Soulscar Mage. And they have a Shadow. Yeah. Double Shadow. And I have a Cryptic on top. Explosives on top, I mean. Yikers. Oh, didn't I have explosives? I did. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sweet. Scoop? No scoop? Yes, scoop. Yes, scoop. Yes, scoop for sure. Alright, this league has been a lot longer than the first one. The first one tricked me. The first league tricked me into thinking that these leagues were not going to be long, and this is like 2 hours in and we're still 1 match away. I don't want to hijack chat with Among Us, so this is going to be my last message on it, but if you decide to play it, you should get Jim Davis and Nicole in on it. Okay, yeah, I mean, are you on my Discord, Annihilator? So definitely hop in there. Where's the Titan, bro? What the fuck? Am I not allowed to play other decks? Is it a thing that I just cannot play any non-Titan decks? Just get punished by the purists. The purists of the channel who only want me to play Titan decks. Man, brutal. Channel purists will never forgive me. Our promise should definitely be a prime time. Hell yeah. Fram, play prime time in this deck, please. How the test with this deck is as consistent as it looks. The only games that I have lost were because of the mana. Every other game I've won. And now we have to play quickly because this is going to be a mirror and we're probably going to be... Oops. Fucked up there. 100% going for it here. Sweet. The fairy here allows us for such flexibility. And even if they play the fairy, we're probably in okay. Miss land drop in the mirror? Oh my god. No, you can't do that. To be fair, we're also missing land drops, but yeah. I think Lurrus is fine. I'm saving this mana leak for like their own Teferi or particularly their Ren. Also, they fetch wrong. Like if they draw a Ren in 6, they're gonna be really, really sad. Land. Sick. Okay, so now we do get to Udo. Another leak. Yeah, I know that now this can get bolted, but like I had to draw a line, right? I cannot. Yeah. It's something that, you know, it was bound to happen. Just gonna leak here. Mostly to use my mana. Honestly, maybe I should have... Should I have leaked that first Udo? I don't think so. Oof. So now we get to do that plus hold up leak. Well, my opponent's missing land drops. Now next turn we get to our promise and hold up leak thanks to this silly card. Ren? No. They can have their own leak here though. They don't. So I guess we Udo now, right? Because we can hold up Cryptic. Wait, oh no! I wanted to... God damn it, I wanted to cast the one from the graveyard. Shit. Wait, what? Never mind, it was always part of the plan for my opponent to path my Uro that I cast from my hand. Don't worry about it. I knew that my opponent was gonna... It was just in mind games, you know? I was just leveling my opponent. I was just leveling my opponent there. Counter target spell to a card. I know, we got him, right? Got him so hard. That was actually quite hilarious. That was actually quite hilarious. Lightning bolt can go. Shade one path because we're bringing in gust, which is more flexible, which is nice. Explosives. You punt then, they punt back. Sometimes you play soccer instead of... Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you're just on a different level, you know. It's all about the So the Ragan pulled it from under opponent, exactly. Okay, so what is this matchup about? This matchup is about hitting land drops, number 1, and jamming threats with protection, number 2. So... is the wildfire even... Are the wildfires even good in this matchup? They seem kind of sus. How do we feel about the wildfires, chat? Yeah, exactly. Like, it just seems like a little bit... Yeah, let's just... Udo Soup only plays 1 gust. Unbelievable, they always have 4 when I play versus them online. Seemingly, yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya, my friend. Being there, fighting the gust fights, getting destroyed. This hand is awesome. Awesome hand is awesome. We're also even on clock, even though... If I find a land... Ooh, force. So I guess I'm gonna Sandbar on 1. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Sandbar on 1. Hitting land drop seems super important here. Okay, sweet. If they Utopia Sprawl, I don't counter it because I can get punished by Teferi, so... Second Veil, okay. So best case scenario is like they Udo or Teferi with Dispute up and we get to super punish them. Didn't happen, that's okay. Would you like more Sultai versions or this deck? That's a good question actually. It's close. Probably the Sultai versions. Yeah, we're gonna win the counter war now, but if we miss a land drop, we're probably gonna lose that. Because our opponent didn't, right? So this forces the action on us, unfortunately. Easy. No land drop. No land drop. Blink first, opponent. Sweet, they are blinking first. That's awesome. That is great for us. Pablo A40, thank you for the follow. So that just happens. Jason C34, thank you for the follow. That just happens. I just resolve it to fairy. Zombie's good. Take 2. Baby Death down to 4. Are you ready, chat? Are you ready, chat? Are you ready? Let's get a breeding pool. Zombies, you say, huh? Are we really talking zombies here, huh? I think I'm interested in redrawing this Hour of Promise. What's up, Keegan? How's it going? Searching to lamb seems powerful. No, John. Today is the good old maybe I should have gone at forest there. Today is the good old time for knowing thy enemy, you know? You gotta know thy enemy. Surgical Extraction, my mana leak. Okay. Kind of sketch. Kind of sketch, but okay. If they go for Udo, I think we just let it resolve because we can just bounce it. Yeah, it's very weird. I think I'm cycling Veil of Summer probably with this Udo. But yeah, that was a weird surgical because like they could play through Mana Leak pretty easily. Like I guess I don't know what the rest of their turn is looking for them, but maybe they just wanted info. I don't know. All I know is that what's going on right now is irrelevant. Maybe my opponent will do something else of importance. I really want to know, like, maybe their hand was like a bunch of Veil of Summers or something? Because that, I mean, that Teferi just came down and completely unimpeded. So it definitely seems like they need to have something else over there. Like, they still have 5 cards. Rain and 6. This is annoying because this is the only thing that is actually force worthy here. I'm gonna cycle Veil because of they played Uro this turn. Well, we don't have to force, right? Force pitching force. We still get 2 hour. We still have Ketria Triumph, so. But I'm planning on minusing Teferi, so I like if I. That means that I don't get to instant speed our promise, basically, right? That is the problem. Block, block, and block. So I think we just pick the same cards, just field and field. Yeah. It could have been field plus a fetch land, maybe. This is fine. Our Mystic Sanctuary? No, because this only works when it enters untapped, right? So it doesn't quite work like we wanted to. Yeah, opponent just backs it in. All right, 4-1 with the second league. Our loss was to this green-white Scales Heliod matchup, which honestly did not feel that bad. Like somehow we just could never find removal game 1. Game 2 we just went on forever, but we finally found a way to win. And then game 3, my opponent had exactly 1 turn to get there to find exactly Walking Ballista, because Ranger of Eos wouldn't even do it. They didn't have enough mana to make Ranger of Eos work, so it had to be exactly Walking Ballista, and they top deck exactly that. So, this deck is really good. Like, this deck is almost busted good. Insanely good. It is not so much my style of deck. Like, if I wanted to play a control deck, I would probably build something like that's base Bug, base Sultai. Why no Romance? I have no idea. I just copied the list from Mike Winsauce, who is like the master of this deck. But as you can see, like this is very much of a tap out style control deck. So against this kind of deck, Remand gets a lot worse. Remand is a really good card right now because you can like remand your own spells and you can remand your opponent's Uros and stuff. Like there are a couple of cards that are actually very good against that Remand is very good against. But you also have like other decks, like if you're getting paired against Burn, you know, if you're getting paired against Shadow, like Remand really sucks there. So you need to have something to push your advantage with Remand. SJO Land, think about the follow. You need to be able to push your advantage whenever you're playing Remand. So decks that do this very well, for example, are earlier today, for example, Aspari Spike was playing Stoneblade, blue-white Stoneblade. His signature deck at this point. So that deck makes uses of Remand a lot better because you can like remand a card while at the same time you use like that turn to for 4 mana, for example, you like remand your opponent's spell and then you get like a little bit of value there by like flashing in something, or your cycle you get a shark. This deck doesn't have that, right? Like if you remand your opponent's spell, you have to deal with it again on the following turn. So usually this kind of deck is going to be a lot happier with something like Mana Leak, particularly because you are very much a tap out style control. So this is a lot of the game plan of the deck, just like tapping out for a big threat and then, you know, like pushing the advantage that threat gives you. And Remand doesn't really help that game plan because like you just don't want that many counter spells with this deck, basically is what I'm trying to say, because like you just want to be the one tapping out. So because of that exactly is why I would probably prefer to play something like what TSP Yendrek was doing with just like Bug with Udo and stuff, but just splashing Renan 6 maybe. Or you could just not flash, just play straight up Udo control basically. But I think that Factor Fiction, for example, is an insane threat in this kind of deck. You're basically missing on Omnath, and you're missing on Teferi, but you gain access to Fatal Push, which is kind of a big deal. Because Push, particularly against a big portion of the metagame, Fatal Push is a lot better than Path to Exile. It's worse against like a Reality Smasher and Primeval Titan exactly. I don't think that there's any other threat. I guess Gargadon. Some people are playing Gargaroth, I guess. Not Gargaron. So some people are playing Gargaroth in some decks, so maybe that is also something that you want to be killing with. That path is better against. But yeah, I think that Push it's kind of like the removal spell that you want. Like with the uptick of taxes and stuff, like the difference between the Push and Path to Exile, like the difference between giving your taxes opponent more mana to work with, instead of just pushing it and being done with it, it's pretty huge. So you want to be asking questions while having some answers. Yeah, I don't know. It's more of a matter of like the build of this deck is just look at how many tap out threats that we have. Teferi is kind of like a fake tap out threats, but like all of these threats, you have to tap out for on your main phase, right? Our Promise is the exception when you have the combo with the Fairy Time Raveler, but like this is a lot. This is way too many tap out threats for a control deck. That is like decks back in the day used to have like 2 Jaces, like 1 or 2 Teferis, 1 or 2 Jaces, that's it. Like everything else, like all the other threats were like Snapcaster Mages and like everything that allowed you to play at instant speed, and that's just not a thing anymore. Do you think you play control without force? I mean, you can, but like one of the main reasons that control is as good as it is because of this card. So you're definitely missing on a lot. You're definitely missing on a lot. Would you say you channeled your Scrooge McDuck playing this money pile? Probably yes. Yes. Actually, yes. 100%. You can lose the white and red for black, similar to what... Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Freedmania. I think that the TSP Yendrek list is super sweet. And I think Factor Fiction is probably literally the best card to be comboing with Uro. I think that Foth plus Uro is better than Uro plus Omnath. in the respective decks, right? In the respective decks. So I'm a big fan of FOF in the modern format. Boomer control bits. Oh yeah, the good old times. Celestial Colonnade. Remember Celestial Colonnade, chat. Remember Colonnade? Oh man, I miss you dearly, Colonnade. I think I even paid like 20 tickets for each one of these Colonnades, I think. That was money well spent. Damn it. Have I ever played Esper Drogo? Yes, I have. In fact, I think I actually 5-0'd one time with Esper Drogo. Esper Charm is a delight of a card. I do like the 1 hour which Jendrik doesn't play. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing that about hour is like it's a lot more flexible here. But yeah, I like it. Like, if you're playing Fofs and Rens, then you probably don't mean hour that much because, like, you either are given the field and you can just play it, or you, if you're not given the field, you can use Ren to get it back. So it's kind of the same. Electrolyze is the super control boomer card. Oh man, Electrolyze. Back when Jeskai was a playable deck. Good times. How did Engineer Exorcism perform? Actually pretty solid. Like I cast it twice, and both times I cast it was game winning. I blew up a couple of Death Shadows, and I actually 3 times now that I think about it. I blew up like against Ponza. I blew up an Arbor Elf, so that's kind of slowed down their development. And against Heliod Scales, I blew up a couple of Warrior Champions that were being problematic, and I just blew them up. I knew there was a reason you're my favorite streamer. Thanks, Primetime. There's someone who doesn't hate on Esper Charm. Oh, no. Esper Charm was great. I've lost to Esper Charm very many times. I've lost to Esper Charm. Like, draw step, Esper Charm you is a play that I have lost to more than once. Or better than having another bolt. Yeah, so it's just different, right? In fact, I just named 2 threats that bolt cannot kill, right? Like a Death Shadow and Oreo Champion. So just having the flexibility is very nice. Whether it's better or worse than the second bolt, I have no idea. Like I don't know. But yeah, this deck looked very good. The only thing that looked questionable was the mana base. Like, for example, I know why we're playing the Field of Ruins. Like, Field of the Dead is kind of like a necessary, but like this card is just too good not to play probably. But like the Field of Ruins were a little bit clunky. The Lonely Sandbar was a little bit clunky. Again, I understand why we're playing these cards, but I wonder if we can just like get rid of them and just play like more color producing lands. Like I had trouble casting white spells, particularly Supreme Verdict was pretty tough to cast against the Taxes deck, for example. I think I lost it. I lost one game because I couldn't cast Verdict with. I couldn't cast a Verdict in time, basically. I couldn't find a second white source because my second white source entered the battlefield tapped. Maybe there was like some sequencing that I could have done differently or whatever, you know, and like experience definitely does a lot in that sense. Like the same thing when you're playing greedier amulet mana bases. It's very easy to get got if you're a newer player, but if you're experienced, you know how to like sequence and stuff. Mystic Gate, no, I don't think you can play that card, unfortunately. I would love to just do like a Flooded Grove, for example, just fixes your mana for Ur, regardless of what the rest of your mana looks like. You just have Ur mana right up. So I wish that we could make room for it. Unfortunately, I think that even if you could make room for it, I think that you cannot play that card. Like that you're already playing a Mystic Sanctuary kind of build, right? At one point, you just have too many lands that just don't synergize with your other lands that you want to have synergies with, kind of, you know. And even just like the one of Mystic Sanctuary, I felt like I wanted 2 multiple times throughout this league. I don't know if we can make room for it. One thing that I'm going to say for sure is the fact that I never had a problem activating field. So that's really nice. Like the fact that I never had, because like you literally cannot have problem activating field. Like if you have 7 lands in play, unless you have 2 of your fields or 2 of your other fields, like all of your lands just have different names. So if you have 7 lands, you are triggering Field of the Dead, like almost like it just doesn't matter. So yeah. Yeah, Triumph Sandberg just seems sufficient but not necessary. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Again, like this is a list by Mac Winsauce, right? Like Mac Winsauce plays and basically wins any prelim ever, basically, right? So I expect that this list is gonna be like ridiculously well tuned to his liking, and maybe there are like a couple of changes that you can make to fix your preference or whatever. But this felt overall pretty bad, honestly. Mostly because like I was forced to play it a couple of times, and then I had Ren sitting in my hand for multiple turns. So that was pretty awkward. Or if you have like Lonely Sandbar plus Island, you're basically never casting Omnath ever. It's just not a castable card that game. But yeah, like it feels like most of the times that we lost, it was to our mana base. I think one time we flooded. I can't remember at this point. Like all of the matches kind of start like blurring together. But I think one of the matches we actually flooded. And all the other matches we either won or we lost because of our mana base. Thoughts on going a Fatal Push Damnation route? Yeah, that's an entirely different deck. Like if you're doing that, you cannot play Omnath or Teferi and stuff like that. And that's probably what would be my preference, Dark Shrooms. So I would definitely try to... I would look into building like a TSP and Drex style version, like basically Bug splashing red for Ren. I would definitely love to test that. Maybe we can do that next Friday. But like that's an entirely different deck, right? Like you're gonna build that deck differently. You're gonna have different plans. It's gonna be a lot less tap out than this. Probably just cut blue entirely. Yeah, exactly. Who needs these cards, right? If we cut the blue, we basically stay with the best cards, right? These are the non-blue cards, so just have a 10-card deck, easy. Anyway, this was fun. It really hurts me to say, but this was actually a lot of fun. Like, I enjoyed playing this deck a lot. And the fact that without any practice whatsoever, I was able to just like 4-1 in a league pretty easily. And I think that at least one of the 3 matches that we lost was winnable if I had been experienced with the deck. I made a lot of silly mistakes. I made some mistakes in sequencing. I made some mistakes in like the lands that I fetched and stuff like that. So there were a bunch of mistakes that like Mike Winsauce would... I think Mike Winsauce would have at least gone 8-2. At least. Maybe even 9-1. But yeah, this deck felt really, really good. Probably if you're interested in winning in Modern, this is just an incredible choice. Like this is probably one of the best choices that you could have actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is, if not the best deck in the format, one of the top 3 decks. I don't know if this exact build, but definitely this archetype. If you have the money, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's not a coincidence that this is called Money Tribal, right? But it is what it is. Like the reason the cards are expensive are because they're busted, right? So I think in Magic Online, all of these cards are above 20 ticks. If I'm not mistaken, like all of this. So this is at least $280, with the exception that these are 70 ticks each. These are 70 ticks each. These are like 40. These are 50 something, and these are 20. So you can see why we call this deck Money Tribal, huh? Holy crap, that's a lot of money. But if you don't want to do that, the deck is over 100 ticks. Yeah, that makes sense. If you want to rent the cards, you can use Mana Traders, baby. Hell yeah. You can rent the cards and you just return them. You can support the stream while you get access to that as well. So good stuff. Have 90% of those cards, but would still have to spend almost 500 to finish. That's hilarious. Yeah. That's. I mean, the money is focused on these 14 cards, right? The rest of the deck is not that expensive. I mean, there's still fetches, which are probably expensive, and Field of the Dead is actually expensive in MTGO, even though it's not that expensive in paper. But in Moto, I think that Field is actually pretty expensive. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you, folks. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I had a great time, and if you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing weekend. Take care. Bye bye.